In this video, I'm going over how to be more productive while working from home. Now, I know many of you are working from home for your career, and I know many of my followers are working from a laptop, either starting a business or you have an online business and you're used to working from home and you're trying to figure out how to be more productive. Well, we're gonna go over that in this video. Now, if you're new to my channel, I talk about online business, building a business from experience, and I also talk about personal development. If you like that type of content, definitely click the subscribe button now so you don't miss any of my weekly videos. I always try to deliver value. So I'm gonna jump on over here and actually use my whiteboard and go over some tips and tricks and things that I've been doing over the last 8 years working from home and building businesses and share them with you, which I really think will give an impact. And even though this is geared towards you who are working from home, working on a laptop, building a business, this actually can help anyone who's just trying to be productive in life. Okay, so let's draw out some of these things over the last 8 years that I really started implementing, not only in my business, but in my life, working from home to be more productive overall. Number one, and now I know that again, I'm talking to many of you who have an online business, you're working from your computer right now, or you're working from home, but this also can help you with your overall life and being productive in general. So the first thing is a drawn out, very detailed, scheduled routine. So I'm just gonna put here a scheduled routine, very detailed. Now, the problem I see with many people who think they have a routine, they're winging it. It's not drawn out. There's no foundation to it. It's not very detailed at all. They sometimes will just put some things on their calendar, but they're all over the place. They think that they're getting things done during their day, but they're really not. And if we really look at it and dissect it, there's not much getting done. They just feel like they're being overworked. But what we want to do is actually draw out from Monday through Sunday a very detailed schedule of what you're doing, when you're waking up, when you're eating, when you're going to bed. And this becomes a routine schedule that you stick to with commitment and discipline. And when you do this and you put the right stuff on that schedule, there is no way that you're not going to meet up over time through the compound effect and hit your goals. Okay, whether it's in your business or maybe you have goals of buying a new car or a home and you need to implement certain things where you are in your career right now to get to that point, you have to know where you're going, break it down, and put it into your routine schedule. Now, your routine schedule is filled with daily actions and activities that really push the needle. Again, what we're trying to do here overall is to optimize time, right? That's key. Time is so important. And again, we all have the same time. We can't make extra time. We could always make extra money, but we can't make extra time. Time is our biggest asset. And what we want to do, for me, I know a big goal is freeing up as much time, but optimizing enough time to also get things done. So we want to optimize time with a scheduled routine. And on your scheduled routine, remember, you're putting things from the time you're waking up to the time you're going to bed, you're scheduling things out. These things are daily actions that really push the needle. For an example, if I know that I have a blog that I need to accomplish 120 posts by the end of the year on, I know that's about 10 posts a month that I need to get done, and now I need to schedule that out on my routine scheduler of when I'm getting that done. If I'm using my writer, when am I tasking him? Maybe that's every Tuesday and Friday, right? And that's detailed, written out. Now, why am I doing that? Because that's something that really is pushing the needle. That's how I know for sure after 12 months, I have 120 blog posts. I will have what I'm set out to do. I know where I'm going, I know what I need. Now I break it down and I schedule it out. So I'm talking about a very detailed schedule. Know your goals, schedule it out, and this can go in any sector of your life. If you're looking to get a six-pack abs, right? You can't just wing it. You can't just every now and then do a couple sit-ups. No, you need to be committed and you need to schedule it out of what workouts am I doing during the week? When am I doing those workouts? What am I eating? And then over time, the compound effect kicks in and you will see absolute results. That's for sure. Same thing when you're trying to get things done from home or working or in any area of your life. We have to make a routine schedule. We have to optimize our time by doing things that are really pushing the needle. And number 3 is daily rituals. Now, similar to your daily activity and daily actions that you're going to be doing, but I kind of separate these because my daily rituals, for an example, are things that get me into motion, get me into momentum, which is what I love to do in the morning, which might be reading for 30 minutes, getting my mindset right, meditating and priming, going to the gym or for a run. These things get you in motion and kind of set up my day of, okay, I got that out of the way, I'm feeling great, I'm energized, now I'm going to get back to my routine schedule of what I have to do after that time, and I'm going to get it done. And you know, sometimes some of this thing sounds like common sense, but no one's really committed to these things. And I can guarantee you, if you take the time to be committed to these things, lay out your schedule, be disciplined and committed, you will see an absolute change in your productivity. And if we know that the end goal is something that we're passionate about or something that we really are set forth in doing or wanting, and we're on the road there and getting these things done, when you get there, you can look back and be like, man, I did it. I committed, I did it, it was drawn out, I had my plan and my foundation there, and I implemented. And that's the biggest key, is implementing and actually taking the time to build this out and do it. Believe me, it will be a big game changer. It's not just saying it and trying to wing it. It's actually Monday through Sunday, knowing exactly what you're going to be committed in doing, at what time, putting the things in there. And this takes time of what's going to push the needle, what's actually actions that really need to be done. And then also being resourcefulness. Maybe you have a business and maybe some of the things you can actually outsource and save your time and get things done faster and better. So that's another thing I'll say, is being resourceful. And some of this sometimes is learning, educating yourself. And that comes from reading, that comes from training, courses, that comes from watching videos, but being resourcefulness so that you're actually absorbing knowledge and knowing how to implement that knowledge, right? That's the biggest thing. It's not just getting knowledge, it's knowing what to do with the knowledge is what's really going to push the needle. So we have our scheduled routine. It's very detailed with productive actions drawn out throughout your day. And the next thing I want to talk about is family time or downtime. Some of you may have a family, some may not. Maybe you have a spouse or a girlfriend or a boyfriend. So family time is very important, and this time you want to shut off. And when I'm talking about shut off, this is built into your schedule, and let's say it might be a certain time on a Friday, or it might be a Sunday. When you have that time that you're shutting off, you're shutting off. You're completely separating yourself from any business or work life. You have to take that break, and that's fine. But that's the time you look forward to, that's when you're shutting off. But guess what? The next day, you're back onto your grind and onto your routine and schedule. For an example, I want to talk about how committed you have to be. When I shoot my YouTube videos, I know exactly when I'm shooting them days ahead. I have things prepared that I take care of days ahead of that, right? It's in a system. That's what we're building here, is a system so that we can get things done that really push the needle. Me pushing the needle, if I want to produce 100 videos this year, I can actually lay them out of how many I have to shoot each week, when I'm going to shoot them, and I'm not going to be distracted or interrupted because my phone goes on airplane mode. I will not let anything distract me. This is just the time to actually shoot and get the video edited and do things that I need to get this video up and going. And that's how committed you have to be with everything that's on your schedule. You have to meet it with that commitment, and you will see a difference. So just looking over this stuff, you build out your scheduled routine so you know exactly what you're doing from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. You know what productive actions you need to do to get things done, and you build them in your schedule. And then you optimize your time. You look at your schedule and you go, okay, where's my free time? A lot of people think they're getting things done, and I hear it all the time, and they said, I worked so hard today. But if we really break down what they did in the day, they were just all over the place. They weren't really doing things that, number one, push the needle. Watching Netflix, getting caught up on social media, getting distracted by a coworker, being on the phone for an hour, watching TV, right? This stuff when you're all over the place is not optimizing your time. And that's why it's really important that we look at the schedule and make sure that these are productive actions that are getting things done. Sometimes you can be so productive in an hour or two, way more productive than someone who thinks they're being productive by working for 12 hours. Because what they're working on are things that really don't matter in the long run. They're not going to get them to the next level. They're not going to push the needle. They're not going to get them towards that goal they want. They're just wasting time. They're not optimizing the time. So optimize your time. And if you're brand new with a new business, a lot of your time is going to be there. Your daily rituals should be there because that's your foundation of your momentum and getting into the right gear. To me, that's very important. Being resourceful. Again, if you're new to business, be resourceful. Join communities and talk to like-minded people that can get you to the next level. Learn, watch YouTube videos, watch trainings, joining courses, things that are going to cut the time to get to where you have to go in half. Leveraging outsourcers to get things done that they're better than you at. This stuff cuts down the time. You're optimizing your time. And then family time, or the time that you get to shut off. Enjoy that time and separate it from business. Don't do any business or don't do any work during that time. Key here is commitment. That's the biggest thing. Once you have this all out, commitment is it. If you're not committed to anything, it's not going to work. But you also have to be committed because of certainty. When you're certain that you know things are going to come about from it, you really enjoy doing it because you're so certain. But you need to build those goals for the future. And if you're in a position where you're not sure what you want in your future, you really need to figure that stuff out first so that you can know your destination before you try to go to it. Know your destination so you can build backwards of how you're going to get there and you can build out your daily routine. Now, I started implementing this stuff and getting better and better at it and sticking to it and staying committed, developing good habits, and then you drop bad habits, which is great. You will see a great shift, not only in your business or in your work life, but in yourself, in your productive levels on everything. You develop good habits to get things done, to schedule them out and to stay committed, to stay disciplined on things. From growing your physical shape, from growing your health, from growing your mind, from growing your business, from growing your relationships, and becoming incredibly productive, biggest thing is commitment. So if you want to make a huge shift and be absolutely productive, get committed, build this out. If you have any other questions, leave them down below. What else do you do to be productive? Leave those down below as well. I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope it shed some light on some of the things that I've been doing successfully over the 8 years, working from home, being very productive, and being disciplined and sticking to it. That's really the big key here. It's looking at the foundation of things that I talk about, but also commitment and being disciplined. So if you like this video, if you know anyone that's working from home, anyone that started a business, anyone that you believe wants to be more productive in their life, definitely share this video to them, give it a like, and I'll see you in the next video.